So with that, Dan, if you could please, an opening statement about this week here in Quebec City and what you're looking forward to.
Well, thank you everyone for being here, and good luck to all the players. As the only coach here at the moment, I'll just say thank you on behalf of all the teams for all the hard work that goes into putting on an event like this. Thank you to Team Canada's working force, and Jill, your enthusiasm is great, bud. Love it. And hopefully that will transfer into a great week for everyone.
Thank you, Dan. Dan, this is your first international event as the head coach of Team Canada. You're a former player on this team and wore the uniform for several international competitions as a player. If you could please just share your initial feelings now that you're the head coach.
Yeah, increased blood pressure, elevated heart rate, the kind of stuff you talk with your doctor about. But the reality is super. It's a big privilege to be able to train this group and be involved with this national team. I was a player, libero, left side, and in and out of the program for about 20 years. I understand a lot what these guys are trying to do, and my job is to provide them with good opportunities to grow and execute, and that's my main focus right now. Obviously, there's a lot. This is a great venue, this unbelievable place here, and we're going to have enthusiastic support. Quebec City always supports their sports at a really high level. So that's where we are right now, and just, in the early season of the summer, you see all these players come back from their clubs, and you start to study them, and you see how they're trying to get back into, say, their national team systems and execute with. And then interesting right now is all the new players that you see, all the new faces, especially after the start of the quad and stuff like that. So you're going to see a great mix of young talent and some older fellas around here with some hardware. But yeah, so good luck to everybody there, and that's what we're doing.
Thank you, Dan. And last question, can you just touch on how the preparations have been leading up to this week with such a mixed group of experienced players and youth as well?
Yeah, it's been, the first thing I noticed right away was just the focus and the dedication by everybody. I got back a little bit late from the season. The French club season finishes late, and I had some really great help with assistant coaches and staff and some leadership from the players. So as you collect everybody from their club teams, you start to try to execute efficiently. You don't get too crazy. You keep things simple, and you really focus in on what your current strengths are, and then reconnecting with those that you have played with before. So timing patterns, motor patterns, and then there's some new stuff that we're asking the guys to do, and this is really key to the growth of our younger guys. And then we have good leadership with Finn here and some other experienced players that help them, But this is like the group we have right now. Like, I see it in their eyes, and I feel it when they train, and I'm very excited for them. And then it's just get at it, get at the process, and allow yourself, some time to grow. And that's a lot of importance for us, especially as a little bit of the younger guys coming in, is this opportunity to grow during VNL and to start to achieve great things as a group.
This is a question for Mr. Lewis and Mr. McCarty. So I've been around in the sports industry in the last years, and I think it's fair to say that volleyball has grown a lot here in Quebec. How have you seen the receivement from the city for this event, and how do you think that this event is going to help to that growth in the next years?
Hi, thanks for the question. Historically, Quebec City and Quebec itself is such an important piece of Canada, and one thing about Quebecers is they really are a fundamental cultural part of Canada, and they'll support each other, and they'll support who comes to play here. So we've been welcomed, and we're excited to be here. Okay, we've only been here at the Peps the other night playing, and already just tons of enthusiastic fans and people working hard together and helping the sport grow. And as we can see by the sales of the tickets here and stuff, it's going to be a fantastic event, and we're going to see once again just Quebec supporting their people and their country.
Yeah, I just want to add, playing this friendly match against Italy a couple days ago was an amazing experience. We sold out the Peps, and this was the first time I've ever seen a friendly match from the national team sell out. So this is, I think it's a good sign of the direction volleyball in Canada is headed, and the amount of support we get here is amazing.
Dan, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, Dan, we were here competing in Quebec City in the second time Canada was in the World League. You played against the Netherlands. What has the growth of this team been like in 12 years? And, looking back at that time to now having gone to 3 Olympic Games, could you have imagined that type of growth back in 2013?
I'm trying to even picture that event. But it's being involved with this program, and really when Glenn Hogue took the team, and excuse me, and things changed a lot, and we had discussed that the other day. To think that it would get to this point, you could only really hope, I guess, as a fan of volleyball myself and someone that just loves this team. And you always dream of it as a player, and you want to go, you want the team to go to the Olympics. And having been part of that group that qualified for Rio and then really started it, and then to see it qualify again, and then now to be here in this event, it's a bit of a dream state scenario, and we just want to keep that momentum going, and we want to do as best we can for the team to continue to grow and have success, and with a bunch of new faces. And it's almost like a surreal feeling, because playing so long and then doing the development part in Canada, but I'm excited to execute on the international stage, and I'm excited for these guys to relentlessly pursue that execution together. It's going to be great.
Indeed. For Coach Lewis, from a fan in Canada, have you ever played beach volleyball competitively?
In another life. I was with the national team early. I had success when I was young. I was just a little bit more physical than the people, and not great mentally. I played both beach and indoor, and I would jump between. In Canada, you have 4 seasons, but there's 2 seasons of volleyball, and I would jump a lot back and forth. So we in 1997, I played in the FIVB qualifier in Toronto to qualify for the qualifier to play the FIVB qualifier. So
formerly known as the country quota.
Yes.
So
back in those days, it was difficult, and I got to play in Toronto at Asperger's Bay. In that tournament, it was sponsored by like Labatt Blue or something, and we were in the main draw, and it was great. I was 20, and the highlight of that tournament was playing St. John Smith and Ricky Ludes, and we beat them on the boardwalk. It was awesome. To beat St. John was amazing, and then I never won another game.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to wrap it up, actually.
Yeah, nice.
Any final other questions from the media before we... Oh, Dan, you have a statement.
I have a question. I have a question, actually, yeah.
Okay.
Who's starting tomorrow? You're gonna save me a little bit of work there, bud?
If I would know.
That's it? Anybody else want to add into that? Starters? Simone? Trevor? No? Ilya? I think we can, yeah.